I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we are going to explore direct and partial variation. The equation here is point P 6, 4 and Q x, 10 are on a line representing direct variation. Find the possible value of x. Write 5 more coordinate points on this line. Second question is point P 12, 18 and Q 14y are on a line representing direct variation. Find the possible value of y. Right? So these are similar questions. I'll do question number 1 for you. That is for you to practice. Now let's try to understand how to solve direct variation questions. It says point P and Q are on a line representing direct variation. So that means what? It really means that the line which represents direct variation has to go through origin. So origin is definitely a point. Another point is given to us as 6, 4, kind of 6, 4, you could think kind of like this, right? Like this. So this could be a line where point P is, let us say this is point P, which is 6 and y value is 4. So that is how we can identify a point 6, 4 on a line. Now origin is always on the line which represents direct variation. Therefore, from this we can easily write down the equation of the line, which will be y equals to mx, right? Mx. Now to find m, which is a constant, we can substitute the value of x and y. So we can say m is equals to y over x. In this case, m is equals to y value is 4 and x value is 6, right? So we get our answer as 2 over 3. Therefore, we can write y equals to mx means y equals to 2 over 3x, right? So that becomes the equation of this line. We could write the equation of this line as y equals to 2 over 3x. To find the next point, another point q, whose x value is not known but y value is known, we can use the equation. So x we need to find. To find x, we can substitute 10 for y. So we write 10 equals to 2 over 3x. Now from here we can get the value of x. X is equals to 3 times 10 over 2. And that gives us 5 times 3, 15, right? So we get x value as 15. That means the other point where 10 is supposed to be, let's say this is q, then at x equals to 15, the y value for this will be 10. So we get our point 15, 10. Correct? So that is how you could actually solve such a question, right? Now we could have solved this using ratios also. Let me show you that. How to solve this using ratios. It is very simple if you use ratios. So the alternate method is, whenever we talk about direct variations, we know that the 2 points are in a fixed ratio. You can see m is constant, right? Y over x. So we need to find x. So we can write this as x over 10 should be equal to 6 over 4. 6 over 4. Now what is x equals to? X is equals to 6 over 4 times 10, right? Now if you solve this, 60 divided by 4 is indeed 5. So we get the same answer. Do you get the point, right? So that is how you could very easily solve any question based on direct variation. So my recommendation is, whenever you're working on direct variation, use ratios, right? Now, why did I do all this? To show you that there are 2 ways of doing it. Second, part B of this question is, write 5 more coordinate points on this line, right? So you could use this equation to write 5 more points, right? So that is to say, now since we know that the equation is y equals to 2 over 3x, we have the equation y equals to That is the equation which we developed, right? So y equals to 2 over 3x. We could write many points on the line using this equation. Now whenever it is a direct variation, 0, 0 is a good point to write, right? It may be obvious that direct means this, but 5 more points you could include 0, 0. Now let's take multiples of 3 so that we don't land up in fractions. If I take x as 3, then y value will be 2. Next multiple of 3 is 6, which is already taken. We can take 9. So for 9, it is 3 times 2 is 6. And then we could take 12. So for 12, the value will be 12 goes 4 times 8, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4. One more point to go. We could take 30, for example. So if I take 30 for x, then it is 10, so we'll get 20. So likewise, we can get many points from the given equation. So getting equation is helpful when you need to write many points. But if you want to find just one point, then ratio is a better approach, right? Now let's look into the second question. It says point P is 12, 18 and Q is 14y. And these are on a line representing direct variation. Find the possible value of y. Now my first question is, how are you going to solve this? Which method to use? First choice should be ratios. Do you understand? Direct variation, only one point ratios. You need to find the value of y. So we'll write y over 14, this ratio, is constant. Therefore, it is equals to 18 over 12. You get the idea, right? You could simplify this. 18 and 12 could both be divided by 6. So we get 3 over 2. It's a good idea to simplify. Now cross multiply. So y equals to 14 times 3 over 2, right? Which is 7 times 3 as 21. So we get y as 21 or point Q as 1421, right? So that is how you could solve such questions which are based on direct variations. I hope that really helps. Thank you and all the best.